If you've been struggling to grow your arms no matter how hard you train, well, don't worry, I got you. Because today I'm going to be walking you guys through my top exercises that I have used to build bigger, stronger, and more aesthetic looking arms naturally. And if you follow the tips in this video, then you're going to start growing your arms in no time, guys. So just do me a favor, hit that like button and subscribe, and let's hop right in. All right, so first off, when it comes to building your arms, guys, now we're not just talking about biceps, right? We're also hitting the triceps. You see, bigger and fuller arms come from obviously training both of them, and a lot of people actually overlook the triceps, even though they make up about 2/3 of your entire arm. So with our workouts, we got to make sure that we're targeting both the biceps and the triceps with enough volume and enough focus. So just wanted to point that out really quick. But now let's hop into my top exercises. Now, the first exercise is gonna be my favorite one for building bigger biceps, and that is the single arm machine curl. Now, what makes this exercise so effective is that you are isolating each arm, and so you're able to give it a little bit more time and attention that it really needs to maximize your growth. Now, two arm workouts, they're obviously great, and I'm not saying they're not, but I have found that with this single arm machine curl, I just get better focus on my biceps, and it actually helps you build like that better mind muscle connection. And mind muscle connection is crucial, guys, when it comes to building muscle. A lot of people, they tend to just rush through all of their exercises, without paying much attention to if they're actually feeling that muscle being engaged. And I see this all the time when I'm at the gym. So the key to this movement, guys, is keeping everything slow and controlled. Slow down your reps. You don't want to just swing the weight up quickly. You curl it under control and then squeeze your bicep at the top for a second and then slowly lower the weight back down until you feel that full stretch at the bottom. If you can keep that constant tension on the muscle throughout this entire movement, then you're really just going to be getting a lot more out of every single set, and you're just going to see crazy bicep growth over time. Now, before I jump into my working sets, I like to start with one warm-up set, sometimes two warm-up sets of 12 to 15 reps, just using a lighter weight. And this is going to get the blood flowing into the muscle, warm up the elbows, and really help establish that mind-muscle connection before you start to go heavier. Now, after your warm-up sets, you're going to perform 3 working sets of 10 to 12, 8 to 10, and another 8 to 10 reps, increasing the weight for each set. Now, the goal is not to try and just lift as heavy weight as you possibly can, right? We're not doing any ego lifting, but we really just want to make sure that we're keeping good form, we're staying focused, and we are progressively overloading. That's why we're increasing the weight. We are getting stronger. We're just not going overboard with it to the point to, where we're sacrificing our form, right? As you advance, I definitely recommend adding in some sets until failure. And that's really just going to exhaust the muscle and fully maximize gains. But this is a great start to get you going and really get you on to making progress. So that is the first exercise. All right, so for exercise number 2, we are going to be moving on to the barbell curls, but with 3-second negatives. Now, this is another favorite of mine that I like to do and great for just building overall bicep size. The reason I like adding the 3-second negative is because it forces you to slow the movement down. And so you're just going to get more out of every single rep. Now, like I mentioned before, a lot of people tend to just rush through their bicep curls, right? And they rush through that lower portion of the curls, but that's actually where you can really challenge the muscle the most and just make the exercise way more effective. Now, for this, we're going to do 3 working sets. Your first set is going to be 10 to 12 reps. And then your last 2 sets are actually going to be taking all the way until failure. Now, as you can see here in the video, I'm not doing crazy heavy weight, right? But I'm really just focusing slowly on that contraction and that mind-muscle connection. And the pump is really going crazy for sure. Now, the goal is to really just push yourself and get as many reps as you possibly can while maintaining as good a form as you can. Now, make sure that you're not using your body too much to try and swing the weight up. If you find that you have to swing and force the weight up, just go ahead and lower the weight. But you really just want to keep your elbows locked in and control the bar all the way down, and then really focus on getting a nice squeeze at the top. And this is really going to help add some nice thickness to your biceps and really help with that bicep peak. And to wrap up the biceps, guys, with this third exercise, we are going to finish off with some hammer curls. Not only does this target your biceps, but it also targets a little bit of the forearms, making it a nice finisher to your bicep workouts. Now, for this exercise, we are going to do 2 to 3 sets. The first set, we're going to go for 10 to 12 reps, and then the last 2 sets are going to be until failure to really cap it off. And like I said, guys, this is the perfect finisher for your bicep workout, and is really going to leave you with an insane pump. So now let's move on to some triceps. Now, like I mentioned before, guys, your triceps do make up most of your arm size, so we want to make sure that we are giving them just as much attention as we did with the biceps. So my top exercise for building the triceps is going to be the tricep pushdowns. You can either use a rope attachment or a straight bar, whichever feels more comfortable for you. You're hitting the exact same muscles. Now, for form, you want to take a few steps back, give yourself a little bit of a slight bend, and make sure that you are getting that full extension at the bottom. With this exercise, I love to do pause reps to really make sure that I am maximizing that time under tension. And we are going to start with a warm-up set of 12 to 15 reps. And then we're going to move into 3 working sets of 10 to 12, 8 to 10, and 6 to 8 reps, increasing the weight for each set. And if you would like to add in a 4th working set, you could go ahead and add that in until failure. And you're going to get a crazy burnout for this exercise. And now to wrap up arm day, guys, for our final tricep exercise, we're going to cap it off with some overhead extensions for another 3 sets. We're going to go 12 to 15 reps, 10 to 12, and then 8 to 10 reps. And this really is a great movement, guys, because it puts the triceps in a stretch position, which also makes, targeting your long head of the triceps and really just help building some more tricep thickness. And so I really love to do this exercise to really cap off the arm day. And those are my top exercises, guys, for really building bigger and fuller and more aesthetic looking arms. After hitting these, your triceps, your biceps are really going to be on fire. As long as you stay consistent, your arms are really going to hit that next level. Now, if you want the complete step-by-step process to really build your most attractive looking physique, including diet, nutrition, workouts, then you're definitely going to want to check out my Hollywood Body program. And that is going to be down in the description below. Just click on the link. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please do me a huge favor, hit that like button and subscribe, and also leave a comment down below and let me know which exercise is your favorite. God bless, and I'll catch you next time.